G'day lads, Mr. Guy here. I am finally playing Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. This at the moment rates in my top 3 favourite games ever. My first is Prince of Persia, my second is Horizon Zero Dawn, this is number 3. This I think was maybe my 3rd series I ever did on the PlayStation, but that was before I got on a microphone, before I started doing recordings. I absolutely love this game. They do an amazing job capturing what it would be like to have the kind of mental difficulties that I think people would have. I myself do have a few mental difficulties. I don't have what this lady does. I don't have what Senua has, which I can't remember the bloody name for it now. But she hears voices in her head, basically, and I'll probably remember the name for it later on. But they essentially take on a life of their own. At one stage in the game, you actually lose the voices, and you kind of miss them by the time they come out. Just a quick heads up about the game: it is very intense to watch, especially if you've had experience with difficulties in the past. Just want to give you a fair warning, because I don't want people to have issues or become upset while watching it, because that is not the intention of making this. This game was actually made with what's called binaural sound recording, and I was very impressed with it. Because I'm getting my audio through a TV, I can't enjoy it, unfortunately, but I've actually found that when it gets recorded, it does come through. Binaural sound is when it's recorded in such a way where your headphones will actually be able to very, very well, in a good way. I'm forgetting the proper way to phrase everything now. Very effectively make things sound like they're coming from behind you, or coming from right next to you, from your left ear, from your right ear. And because I was playing through the TV, I didn't get that very much. But then I listened to one of my own recordings on my computer with my headphones, and that's when I heard the binaural sound for the first time, and it absolutely blew me away. I was actually flinching in more than one occasion, thinking that someone was right behind me, talking into my ear. But this game is very story-driven. There's not that much fighting in it. It's a decent amount. The fighting scenes are good, but there's not that many of them. Only 2 really come to mind, and they're towards the end of the game. This game does have a pretty good fear factor to it. It's not really a horror per se, but it's a bit more intense than a thriller, I guess. It can be slightly disturbing at times, even, especially if you've, like I mentioned before, you have difficulties with it. So I'm finally going to shut up now. I'm gonna start the game, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I know I'm going to, and yeah, just I would suggest trying to listen to what the voices in the head are actually saying, because sometimes they say things that you kind of go, oh, I didn't notice that before. So they're almost like a little helpful guide at times, and other times they drive you nuts. So yeah, I was going to do a stream of this, but I've got a storm going at the moment, and yeah, that would most likely cut off my connection, so I decided not to. So yeah, enjoy. I'm going to shut up now because this is an important part.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close, so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. The head. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why isn't she doing coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new. They've changed. I think think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking?
He's in hell high.
Look. Up ahead.
Hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you could.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
Go back, go back, go back, go
It's
back.
not safe.
It's them. They're here.
You see
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
you can't do this. Go back, go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching.
Stop.
Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back.
Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? Yes. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
that's the intro to Senuas Sacrifice. And, hopefully now you see what I mean. It's not really horror, but it can be intense.
Focus.
Oh, cool.
Look closer.
These things, I actually found a whole bunch of them, and
She needs to look closer.
I'm not sure what they're exactly. I know that they're Norse letters. I don't know what they all mean. And, but the first time around I played it, all of the ring on the outside, they were all red. It's the ones that are white are the ones that I've actually found. Or it might be the other way around, actually. I'm not sure.
Do not forget my stories, Senua.
Oh yeah, there's this one up on the top left, and it's white, so the white ones are the ones I have found.
And your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hell's Gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Just, I'm gonna have to turn the music rather, off for this. It does have a few copyrighted songs in it. My first one, I actually got notifications of copyright, and I could use them, but it would make ads pop up in my recordings, which I didn't want, not yet at least. And when I tried removing them, just because I've only got the YouTube editor, which does very little, I could remove the audio that was where the music was playing. But it actually, what it basically did was it basically just muted the video during those sessions, which I absolutely hated because I didn't know what it was going to do. Things like this happen often. Nothing's going to jump out, not yet at least. It just gives me a head. It makes you think that you're in danger, that something horrible is going to happen, and then nothing does. It has a tendency to do this quite a bit. So if you do have issues mentally like this, it may be difficult for you to watch. If it does cause difficulty to people, I apologise. I would absolutely hate to experience it personally. Just as I say that, I realise there's a possibility that this game may almost be offensive to some people that have those kind of problems. And again, if that's the case, I apologise sincerely.
This time.
See? Creeps you out, but very rarely actually does anything. Other times where you're going to be attacked, you know you're going to be attacked.
Land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim. Where are you? I hear you. He's there, you know. There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
I didn't realise.
Why is she doing this?
So the voices that go, they constantly talk throughout the show. Sorry, the game. So I'm probably going to be talking over them a fair bit. I apologise for that, but the whole point of me getting a microphone was so that I could talk during these recordings.
His soul
But
still lives.
the subtitles are going, so if you really want to know that badly what they're saying, you can read those. And yeah, something I didn't realise until quite a bit into near the end of the game. I'm actually holding a head on my belt. That's what that thing is.
She'll never make
and I feel a bit silly for not realising that earlier, because at the very beginning, during the part that we just watched where she was on the canoe, one of the voices said, "The head's breathing." And I felt a bit goofy for not realising it the first time around, because I actually did hear that, and I kind of went, "What head?" And then she holds it in her hand, so like, what the hell's that?
She forgets too.
So, never really considered myself an overly intelligent person, but I felt pretty stupid after that. But that is awesome looking.
That part wasn't so easy to forget.
I was waiting for the voices to stop so the subtitles would disappear so I could take a photo of that. Just give me a sec. There we go. Got it. Well, there's actually a video function in this one. Here we go. Photo mode. And yeah, I can actually go like this, take proper photos, which is a really cool thing. It's actually the first time I've ever experienced this in any game. And then position it the way I want, and then just take a photo as per normal. Which I did so many of these in my first time. The first time that I was doing this. How do I get out? Press the X button. Nah. I've actually got a photo from this on my screensaver of my PS4. And it's not very often that I gush over the visuals of a game. This one, I mean, if you were to tell me that this is live action footage, I'd believe you, because this looks amazing. Developers, I can't remember what your names are for the life of me, I apologise for that. You've done an amazing job. Visuals alone, I'm already... Like, if I was to rank this on a scale of 1 to 10, this would probably be the first ever 10 I've given a game. This looks amazing. Can I run? Sprint? Go faster? There we go. Here's another one of these little ones. The ones that are white I've already found, but when you focus on them...
The Northmen speak 9 worlds.
People speak.
The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard.
The guy that's talking now, his name is Drew, I think. And he's...
The good elves dwell in Alfheim.
I think he's actually a Viking that Senua's people found and rescued. And he was sort of taken in by them.
Fire giants dwell in
And
Muspelheim.
he's a bit, for lack of a better word, nuts. He's PTSD, he's suffering a lot. But he tells Senua's stories.
And that is where you was trying.
No, she doesn't tell the story of Senua, she tells the stories to Senua.
You don't know where you're going.
Yeah, I keep trying to talk and talk about the game, like tell you details and stuff about it. I do not possess the necessary English vocabulary to tell you about how amazing this game actually is.
Where are we? Just drop down. What's down there? Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
And here's the first puzzle.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen.
Where is
Let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Drew? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's not.
An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
And this is where the game gets really impressive. You find these shapes throughout the world. Like in this case, it's pretty easy. It's just a shadow on a wall. A lot of the time, you have to look at certain things from a certain perspective to make them line up in a way. Now, you'll see what I mean later on. I'm not going to play too much of it at the moment because I don't want to start the main storyline and then have it suddenly stop.
Go through it.
So I'm going to get up to the part where
It worked.
there's a big gate basically that I've got to get through, and it tells me in order to get there, I have to go through 2 smaller gates. Enough to unlock the main door, which I'll do eventually, but it takes a while. It takes a while, and I don't want to start it and then have to stop it.
I know you did.
You listen when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Another voice joined.
Sorry, picture time.
She once tried to make them
Sorry,
go
I'm probably
away.
going to end up doing that a few times throughout this recording.
They weren't real.
I'm not a photographer by any means of the imagination, but
We are
sometimes I
always here.
see things and I just don't want to unsee them, so I take a photo whenever I can.
I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
She's gonna be just another holding.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
As I'm sure you've probably gathered, this game is it focuses a lot on Norse mythology. So if you don't know anything about that, a lot of this might not make sense, but that's what they're talking about when they're talking about Hela. She's essentially the devil. A few obvious differences, but she's...
The gate to
Helheim is what we call
divides
hell,
the living from the dead.
and her name Hel is actually where the word hell comes from.
Is that the face
Although
of
in Norse
Hela
mythology,
herself?
Hel is the name of a person, or Hela,
The half-rotten
and Hel is
goddess
actually the name of the place that that person rules. Just,
Whatever horrors
this is why I
lie
said
behind
earlier that it
that
might
door.
offend some people because it talks about very
She must
religious
find
beliefs. And even though Roman mythology is often viewed as mythology nowadays, not so much religion, it was a religion, and it very much may still be this day. I don't know. I'm not Norse, so obviously I don't know. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Big door, 2 small doors. I think I have my first fight here. No, I'll do that, then I'll leave it for the day. Fair warning, this part's a little bit disturbing, so you might want to fast forward about 2 minutes.
You took him from me. I beg you. Let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
You did this.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time you fail. In this game, if you die too many times, you actually lose outright. You have to start the entire game all over again. I don't know what the limit is. I think it's 20. I died about 15 times last time, and the rot was past my shoulder. And I could see it starting to sneak up
The
onto my head.
hardest battles are
So,
fought in the mind.
Yeah.
That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
To Dillian, to his soul.
It won't open.
How will she get through?
Okay, and that was Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I'm so glad that I'm once again playing this game and doing another recording. The first recording, I made a lot of mistakes. It was the first time I tried to do an actual proper series. I screwed up on multiple occasions. I missed out important parts of the series, and as I mentioned earlier with the audio, because of the music, a lot of it got cut out. But going to be doing a proper job this time. Music's turned off. I've got my phone next to me, so if you ever hear this sound, don't know if you've even heard anything. There's like a sort of sound. It's my phone unlocking. I'm looking at the clock to tell me how much time I've got left. And yeah, it's a pretty intense game. And this was very light compared to how it gets eventually. But thank you all very much for watching. Like whenever I play this game, I get very quiet. I'm almost in awe at everything I'm seeing because I absolutely love it, and it's such an amazing game that I don't even know how to say how much I love this game. It's incredible. But this was Mystic Eye. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any ideas or suggestions, please post them down below. I'm not going to ask you to like. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. I am going to ask you to please comment. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, I just like receiving comments. I like to be able to have conversations with people. See, if I'm even screwing up my outro because like my hands are shaking right now, not from fear, from excitement and from just thrill. I can't get over this game. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. This was Mr. Guy. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be seeing you soon. I'm very sure.